Malik Nabers is a guy that, dude, I turn on the film. As a film guy, you got to be like, holy shit, this is like the most fun. Like, I had so much fun. I was like, this is sick. Like I was saying, you'll like this. It's like when you play the video game, Madden. There's like, the angle that you should take, to like destroy the angle of the defender. Like, and you're like, oh, I got this, and they can't catch me. I feel like Nabers does that like every time. You're like, oh, he's just fucking perfect. You're like, that is so sick. So he's so good after the catch. He's so electric. He's so, what did he jump 42 inches or something like that? Ran a 4.4. Like, this kid is all there. Perfect prototype size, 6 foot, 200, basically almost exactly like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. He's built out of the lab for today's game. But my question to you is, those are all obvious. If I were to tell you, I've got a crystal ball, and if I were to tell you that he didn't end up living up to expectations, what weakness in his game that you see today would you think would be the reason? You'd be like, I bet you it's this.
Yeah, I would say that if he doesn't live up to expectations, because I agree with all the positives there, he's the easiest player to fall in love with in the draft class, is what I've been saying. He's like, he's the king of broken ankles and broken angles. So like, he's just a treat, right? Which to me, I think actually gives him a pretty good floor.
Right.
So that, like, unless there's, off-field personality stuff that we don't know about or like develops in the league, like I have a hard time seeing him like flame out, right? But
right.
If we're talking about a guy that gets drafted in the top 10 and like his team at the end of his rookie contract is like, all right, we'll pick up the 5th-year option, but we're not like rushing to give this guy an extension or something like that.
Like a Jerry Jeudy career where you're like, man, never really did it. Like, what happened?
It's so funny that you say Jerry Jeudy, because I was going to say that I think he could end up, if he does not work out, it will be because he falls too hard into kind of like the wild horse route runner archetype of receivers. Because I do think he's in that bucket. To me, when we compare these top 3 receivers, he is easily, without a doubt, the least refined, in my opinion.
Right, of course,
yes. Guys. He's also the youngest and whatever, but like you just look at his success rates versus press coverage, good, 72.1%, but it is lower than the other 2 top guys. His success rate versus zone is lower than the other 2 top guys, but I wouldn't say he's bad or he's in like a negative tier there. He's just the least refined of these 3, but he's still in a pretty decent, like way down the path. So honestly, I would say that's probably the reason why like he never tightens up those fundamentals. Kind of Jerry Jeudy is the one version of that, like as a guy that I think was overrated as a route runner. Because he's like, he's a wild horse. He's frenetic, and you see all these little jukes and motions and all this stuff. It's like, okay, cool. Well, guess what? The quarterback is sacked by the time like you're supposed to be open. So that is not real route running. That is like quick feet and agility. It's not route running. 2 different things to me. And that has been why Jerry Jeudy has been a mercurial NFL player, at least part of the picture. The other like end of that archetype, though, the positive end of it is Garrett Wilson, who I think was a better prospect than Malik Nabers coming out, but like a more refined version. But still, in that draft class, in my opinion, he was the least refined of the 3 top guys in Chris Olave and Drake London and then himself. But then you look by the end of his rookie year, they did a lot to like play him out of the slot early on, and then by the end of the season, he's playing outside. He's mostly an X receiver for the Jets in his rookie season. And you look at his success rate versus press coverage at the end of his rookie season, he's over 80% success rate versus press, and like pretty much everybody that's done that in reception perception history as a rookie, hit over 80%, is a good player. It's like Jamar Chase, it's Odell Beckham, it's Justin Jefferson, it's Michael Thomas, it's Tyreek Hill. It's just like it's CeeDee Lamb. It's just a list of all good players, and then Garrett Wilson. So that's sort of, if we want to talk range of outcomes, like I think if he gets to be like that Jerry Jeudy type, it's because he never truly tightened up the fundamentals. But I probably personally think he's more Garrett Wilson than Jerry Jeudy.